Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Kaden McLaughlin. We're here with the second round of the Coaches Cup between the St. Augustine Prep Hermits and the Cherokee Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm Coach Vermel alongside Kate. I don't know how long I'll be here because I might have to move around. And we're also joined by Leo. What's the last name again?
Mariello.
Mariello. Not related to Coach Ricky, right, on the football team?
No.
Fair enough. From Hamilton?
No.
Oh, all right. I was 0 for 2. I figured that might be it. Today's a big game, Coaches Cup quarterfinals. I mean, once you're at this point, it's, theoretically the best 8 teams in South Jersey. So, you look at that 1-8 matchup where you would normally look at like an NCAA tournament, March Madness, and it's not quite the same because, they've got 4 regions there. Here, only 1 region. So it should be a good game. Cherokee eliminated the Hermits. It was Chris Wien's a sophomore. Ryan's older brother Ryan Wien was a junior. I remember that year. They beat us 3-0. So they've, always a very good team. All those, Lenape Regional School District, Lenape, Cherokee, Shawnee, they're always very good. So even though they're the quote-unquote 8 seed, this should be a really good game today with the winner taking on Shawnee on Wednesday night. Caden, you watched the last couple of our games, right? Any thoughts? What was the last game you announced?
The Cal Championship. So 2-1 with Lamentier and Cluzy both scoring within like 3 minutes.
Yeah, Hermits have won a lot of games this year against a lot of good teams like Ocean City, EHT, Del Barton, but they seem to keep it closer than they would like sometimes.
The last game with the Hermits winning 1-0 ended their streak of goals conceded with the second half at home.
Yeah, and they kept their unbeaten streak alive in the Cape Atlantic League when they tied EHT on Senior Day, but that was they lost their a consecutive win streak in the Cal. So Hermits have won a lot of Cal games, but it's always kind of like, hey, Olympic versus Tri-County versus Cal, who's better at soccer, who's looking down at who. They vote because that's how they decide the seeding is all the coaches kind of vote. It's like a coaches poll in college football, and then the top 16 go in. So all this stuff always helps. I mean, it even helps year over year. You win this, you make it to the finals like they did last year, kind of like lends legitimacy to your record going forward. It was good to see all 3 Cal teams won their first round game, even though EHT just lost a tight one to Shawnee. So I would like to see Ocean City advance later today. Or they're probably kicking off right about now, too. No, they're at 6 o'clock. Now they're at night game. So would like to see Ocean City kind of rep the Cal a little bit, win a little bit later today. But, all these games are important. No more PowerPoints, too. It looks like the playoff seeding's pretty much set. It looks like the Hermits will be the 3 seed in non-public A South.
As we're about to kick off here, the second round of the Coaches Cup between the Hermits and the Chiefs of Cherokee. Cherokee kicks off, immediately kicks it over the Hermits defense and cleared out by
Yeah, you see, over the last year or two, even from the professional ranks, I think it started like Juventus and then Tottenham. Gone are the days where most people are just passing the ball back, trying to keep possession. A lot of them will launch it forward and almost try and get a throw in. They'll give you the throw in, but they want to deepen your own territory so they can press you. So a lot of teams with the on kickoffs are just passing it slightly back and then launching it forward, see if they can't pin you back in your own area.
As the lineups for today, the Hermits playing the usual 3-5-2 with Carr, Byer, Phillips, and Wilson in defense. Henry, Law, Matea, Brown, and Peraza in midfield, and Calusi and Lementier up top. And the Cherokee Chiefs are playing a 4-5-1 with Butler in the net, Green, Snyder, and Samaski, and Coleman in defense, and Wallace, Santone, Plum, and Murtaj, along Salermo in midfield, and Gilmore is the lone striker.
Yeah, I wonder how much of this is, honestly, some of these games are almost a war of attrition. So the Hermits are down a couple starters, or at least, will start regularly with Elijah Ostrander, who I'd argue is the best defender in South Jersey. Might not get those awards this year just because of the amount of time he spent injured. And Luke Whelan, the sophomore, who's played a lot for the Hermits, are both out injured. But I was talking to Cherokee coach before the game, too. He said they have 3 or 4 kids have injured this time of the year, too. So, you got to have a deep squad, one to, play as many games as both these teams had this late in the year, and 2, you got to have a deep squad just to handle all those injuries. So, it'll be interesting to see how that kind of plays out today.
As St. Augustine and Cherokee are both coming off of 1-0 wins in the previous rounds of this tournament.
Oh, yeah. So I think the 1-0 win for Cherokee, Caden, when they put it in NJ.com, it's like for PowerPoint purposes, but I think they went to PKs. I don't know what the final was in PKs, but they went to PKs. But yeah, like if you're looking on NJ.com, it's going to say 1-0, but that's because like NJ.com doesn't have a great way to register,
The shootout score was 6-7.
6-7? Oh, that's a long one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like I don't think NJ.com has a good way of doing like 1-0 or 0-0 in parentheses, whatever, especially since that was the cutoff for PowerPoint days for playoff seeding. So they just plug it in as 1-0 and roll from there.
Yeah, once the Hermits get the offense firing, I think this game should be pretty easy to win.
Yeah, you gotta put one in early. I mean, honestly, I think that was the Hermits' issue against. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like looking through the window for it, but the Hermits' issue against like EHT and stuff like that is they were threatening, even Lindenwold. They were threatening. They don't score. They're in their area. They're in that side of the 50, and they just can't put the ball in the net, or they're just, it's not even like missed finishes. It's kind of like just maybe lack of being super clinical in the final third, and that kind of puts pressure on you as a favorite. The longer you go only up, only tied or up 1-0, the more the other team believes they're in this game. So, yeah, early goal could be a huge factor in this game, especially because it could kind of relax the Hermits a little bit. But at the same time, if Cherokee gets that one early, especially if the Hermits are playing more possession.
Oof. Tries to get the ball into Calusi, but him and the goalie collide, and 9 times out of 10, that's going the keeper's way.
Yeah, no, that's a foul. It's a clean play. You know what I mean? Like Calusi did nothing wrong. They kind of arrived
down.
Yeah, they arrived at the same time. You know what I mean? But yeah, you got to protect the goalie, so it's going to be a foul. It's no yellow. Like it's not dirty or anything like that, but it is a foul. It's going to be Cherokee's free kick. But yeah, like you were saying, if you're going in the favorite, it's kind of those things. Like it's kind of like deflating. If you got the ball in their area, possession, and then a Cherokee catches you, and they take that early goal. It can be deflating to a team, and then you're kind of like start to panic. Now the Hermits have maybe made me more nervous than I would like because they've given up some of those goals. Like EHT, they gave up a late one, and then they pumped in 2 to win the Cal, and Ocean City was similar, and even there's a handful of other games that have been the same way. So I'd love them to get a little hotter start and stick on the throttle, but
as it looks like Butler's okay. And one thing looking at the roster, does not look like they have a backup goalie.
Interesting. Yeah, probably throw a penny on somebody. Probably won't come to that, but also text from Coach Wooster. Looks like Washington Township won. I don't have the details of that, but he just texted me Township wins. So Shawnee wins their side of the quarterfinal, so the winner of this game will play Shawnee, and then Washington Township will get the winner of Ocean City and Seneca. Yeah, Ocean City and Seneca in the other semifinal. They do the highest seed plays latest. I think it's at 8 o'clock or whatever, 8:30 on Wednesday night. So if it's us, we're going to have the late game. If we lose, it'll be the highest remaining seed. So it would be Township, would be the late game on Wednesday at the Deco Fields in Cherry Hill for the semifinals.
As within the first 5 minutes, very slow game, both teams trying to get into rhythm. It's not like St. Augustine. Usually they're firing off within the first 5 minutes. As looks like Law with it, tries to find Henry, who's wearing a new number due to he lost his uniform.
Yeah. Yeah, he's number 24. But I'd say an example right there is what the Hermits are going to want to see is, I forget what game I was, maybe EHT was kind of announcing the other day. But it seems like the Hermits are the most dangerous when they get the ball at Will Law's feet and he's driving forward. Because even if he's not taking a shot, he's probably their most creative player. So you want the ball at his feet. If they have him in a threatening position.
It's like a mistake there by Peraza, but luckily Bayer gets to it, and it's going to be a throw for the Hermits.
All right, so I am going to leave you guys for a little bit. I will come back around, but hopefully by the time I step back up in the press box, we got some good scores to report.
Looks like a foul against the Hermits here. Hermits do not agree with that call. can see what happened.
Yeah, it gets tricky when those refs make those questionable calls. The Hermits need to bounce back and just start getting offensive.
It's real tough to see what number each Cherokee player is because they have those it's very light numbers. Now Henry with it over to Law. Law back on Brown. It's going to be a throw for the Hermits.
Yeah, hopefully this is a good opportunity to just get the ball up towards the goal and maybe tap one in.
Phillips now with the throw. Looking for someone. Lamentier back out to Peraza. Peraza back out to Phillips. Give him tons of room. Tries to put the cross in. Finds Matea, but it's offside. Now Butler with the throw, with the goal kick. Kicks it away now. Finds like Matea and